guys, guess what? It is time for another edition of What Are We Making Today? So, I had gotten a whole bunch of requests for the retro cassette tape zip bag in the 610, 711, and 8x12 sizes. And I was finally getting around to do it. And somebody posted their 5x7 retro cassette bag on the fan group. And instead of doing it in the standard black and white, they had done it with this really cool blue teal hollow vinyl. And I'm like, oh my God, Becky, did you see that bag? Totally rad. And since I am in a bitchin' and tubular kind of mood, we are gonna go totally 80s on this bag. The 6x10 is gonna be done in hollow orange. The 7x11 is going to be done in hollow aqua. And the 8x12, if you're going to go big or stay home, is going to be done in hot pink hollow. So the one we're doing right now is the 6x10 because it fits on the screen a little bit better. Like I said, the 5x7 is already out there. So what you're going to need, and I will give you exact measurements in the how-to PDF inside the zip file on what your measurements are for your vinyl. But in addition to the hollow vinyl, or you can do it in black, or you can do it in wet lick, or you can do it in just regular old marine vinyl. It doesn't have to be one or the other. In addition to whatever your cassette tape color is going to be, the label is an applique inset, and it's done in white. You will also need, if you're doing a side attachment, one D-ring or lobster claw. But I am doing a top attachment, so I'm gonna need 2 D-rings or lobster claws. And look at those. I got the Irid ones from Jane Jones at New Moon. Can you see those? Yeah, we are totally 80s-ing this up. And I've already done my strap, because I also got strap hardware in the Irid. This is gonna be so obnoxious, and I can just see both of the nerdlings. Thank God I'm doing 3 bags, fighting over who gets which one. All right, you will also need 2 pieces of ribby ribbon, approximately 3 inches long. You will need a zipper, zipper, that is about 2 inches longer than the width of the bag. This 6x10 bag is 8 and 11/16. It's almost 9 inches, so you'll need about an 11-inch zipper. This is way more than 11 inches, but I buy my zippers long because I never know in advance what I'm doing with them. You will also need a piece of Ollie Fun, and I could be totally matchy girl and use some orange Ollie Fun for that little half lining, but I'm lazy too, so it's gonna be black. Oh, I don't know. It depends how things go. I might go pull out some orange and some pink and some blue. No, I don't know. So step 1 is I always print out my stitch order sheet, and I will let you know right now that steps 1 through 5 you want to do in whatever thread color best matches your base vinyl. Then follow along for steps 6 through 18. The 6 is an applique dye line, so you can do it in any color really. I like to do it in the same color that the satin's eventually going to be in, which is going to be white. Then we come all the way down here to step 19. 19 through 22 are going to be also in the same color thread as your vinyl, but 23 is a dead stop. Remember, I put those in to keep the needle head from moving across the center of your bag and ripping it out of the hoop before you're ready. So, boys and girls, we are ready to rock and roll. The first thing we do is print the sheet. The second thing we do is we hoop up some medium weight cutaway stabilizer. All right, and we throw that bad boy in the machine and we run color stop 1. Back in a second. Okie dokie pokies, we have run color stop 1, which gives us our placement lines for either the side attachment or double top attachments. So what we are gonna do now is we are going to take our ribby ribbon and we are gonna fish it through either our D-ring or our lobster claws. And we're going to turn this hoop around so that I am not working upside down. And we're going to take a couple little pieces of tape, and we are going to line these up in such a way so that they are about 1/4 of an inch below, the raw ends are 1/4 inch below our marker lines. And then because I'm paranoid, paranoid's fine, paranoid's good, I am going to also turn my little hook and lay it down flat, flat. Listen, mister, not today. There we go. And I am going to tape it down in place, far out of my stitch path. There we go. And we're gonna come over here and we are gonna take our other piece of ruby ribbon and fish it through, even up our raw ends. Take a little piece of tape. We're gonna go about 1/4 inch past our placement line. We're gonna tape it down. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna turn. No, I'm not gonna sing to you, you cry. Ah, and I pulled it out. See, this is what happens when you mess around, people. This is what happens when you mess around. All right, fine. Okay. Yes, strange noises. There we go. And we're gonna lay this down flat and put some tape on it because dude, stay out of my way. There we go. All right, we're gonna put it back in the machine. And this is where I usually mess up in some way or other. I am going to make sure that I know which way I'm putting this in the machine. That way goes in the machine. And we're gonna run color stops 2 to tack down those ribbons, and color stop 3, which is gonna give us the, now we're gonna do 3? No, we're gonna do 2. We're gonna do, where am I on what? 2 to tack down the ribbons, 3 to give us the, I don't know what we're doing. Let's do 2 and see what happens, okay? Color stop 2, tacks the ribbons, color stop 2. Oh my God, gives us the die line for the whole bag. You'd think I've never done this before. Oh my God. All right, we'll be back in a second after we run color stops 2 and 3. Oi, licky, we are back and we are ready to place our zipper. So there's our zipper, and remember, it does not have to be this long. As a matter of fact, we are going to do a little impromptu, since I don't want to have to fight this thing for the entire bag. Impromptu surgery. Yes, I did just throw that on the floor. Don't judge. All right, so we are going to line this bad boy up so that this line right here is 1 inch apart. Most zipper ribbon is 1 inch as well. We want to make sure that we are nice and even with the top and the bottom and the inside and the outside. And then we're going to take a piece of tape. Shock, I know, right? Take a piece of tape down right here. Then we're gonna take another piece of tape. We're gonna follow this line. We're gonna make sure that we are nice and straight all the way across, covering top and bottom. Then we're gonna put another little piece of tape right there. Whee! There we go. All taped down. We're gonna put it back in the machine and we're gonna run color stop 4. And then we will take our little measurements and we will figure out how much of the hollow vinyl we need for front and back. Back in a second. And we're back. So now we are gonna place our vinyl. And I took my measurements. This bottom piece, you wanna cut it to approximately 9.5 wide by 5 3/4. And you want that top edge to be super, super straight. Then the top is also 9.5 by 1 inch. And again, you want this bottom edge to be super, super straight. Okay, we are going to, because I'm feeling a little paranoid and because this vinyl has been wrapped up and rolled up for so long, we are going to do a 4-corner tape. We rarely do a 4-corner tape, but we are going to go ahead and do that. We are going to make sure that we are bucked right up against those teeth. And we're going to tape, 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 tape. And then, again, I rarely ever do this, but you can see it's kind of wanting to curl on me. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to tape these bottom corners and go, no, you don't get to roll up on me. Yeah. Then I'm going to come up here and I am going to line this top one up so that it's nice and bucked up against those teeth. Yes, it is. Who's a good piece of vinyl? Who's a good piece of vinyl? You are. And I'm going to make that piece of tape a little bit longer. And I'm going to tape right there. And still making sure that I'm all fucked up against my teeth. Nice and flat. Good and even. More tape. More tape. There we go. Oops, I'm off camera. Y'all need to yell at me and tell me when I'm off camera, although, you know, not going to do any good. All right, there we go. We've got our vinyl down. So I am going to pop this bad boy back into the machine, and I am going to run color stop 5. 5. Haha. And then I am also going to run color stop 6 to give me the placement for the white vinyl for the label. So go ahead and run color stop 5 in your base vinyl color and color stop 6 in white. Hey kiddos, you can see we've tacked down our vinyl along the zipper line, and we have a die line for our label. So we take a piece of white vinyl, and it's that piece of white vinyl that I'm using for the label is 8.5 inches wide, 4.5 inches high. I am merely going to float it. I am not going to tape it down. If you're paranoid, you can tape it down, but I don't want to have to fight the hollow, which is really grabby, to get the tape up. So I'm going to float and trust in gravity. And we are going to run color stop 7. Back in a second. Alrighty. So there we are. Look at that. It's all tacked down. Now we are going to applique cut. And I know some of you are sitting there about ready to cry. Guys, applique cut is no big deal. So these are my duckbill scissors. Okay. I got them from Amazon, and these are Ginger, or, you know, the German ones. So we are going to start somewhere. I don't care where, but we want to get absolutely positively as close to that zigzag stitch line as we can. So we're going to lay the paddle against the stitches and the sharp pointy bit underneath, and we are going to carefully pull at our vinyl this way to give us some positive tension, and we are going to run those scissors all the way down. See how nice and pretty that line is? And before you go, I can't do that, it has taken years of practice, child. Years. All right, how do you get to call it Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. And we're going to come over here and go that way. One of the key tips, tricks, is put a little bit of positive tension on the vinyl. And don't try to scissor action your scissors and go hack, hack, hack. Try with a really sharp pair of scissors sliding it down. If you've got enough positive tension and you've got these bills at the right angle, you should be able to just slide on down. Slide on down the road. Yeah, there's a reason I am not a singer. Okay. Woo, and there's a hair. No. Then we're going to lift up. Lift and separate. No, that's later. Oh. Okay. We're going to come in here and we're going to just slide. Do the electric slide. And then we're going to come and go whoop. And now just a little bit of positive tension. Pull it away and slide it on down. Woo! There you go. Isn't that so super delicious easy? Okay. Now, color stop 8, 9, 10. Color stops 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 are all the correct colors, and they are all design work. So go ahead and sew those 11 colors straight on through. And we will be back to color stop 19. Okay, color stop 19 is when I will meet you back here, and by then everything will be all pretty. All right, you do not need my color commentary while you're sewing the colors. See you in a bit. You guys are gonna laugh so hard at me. I thought I turned the camera off and went to finish up the stitch and everything and was doing a whole bunch of other stuff and came back over here and the camera's still running. So I've got like 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes of machine noise that I'm gonna have to edit out. All right, so we have made it all the way to color stop 19. Color stop 19 is for this half lining that I do to hide all of the embroidery. So you're just gonna take a piece of ollie. And I see a lot of people going, okay, well, I don't have ollie, or I can't get ollie. Way back when, before I discovered ollie, I used felt. The problem with felt is that it's kind of thick. So you can use fabric. You're just gonna have to roll your edges and use like hem tape, because otherwise it's gonna fray. You want something, and the reason this is so great is because it's thin and it doesn't fray. You want something that the edges won't fray and it's thin and easy to turn. So we're gonna throw this back in the machine, and we are gonna run color stop 19, and then we're gonna trim that out and start working our zipper trick. Back in a second. Kids, that was super quick, wasn't it? So we are going to take this tape off, whoa, just like that. And we are gonna trim some of this ollie back, because we don't need all of this. We're about to do our zipper trick. And for you guys who've done my bags before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those who haven't, guess what? We're gonna make our zipper do some funky little tricks. So we are gonna flip it over, and we are going to cut that little, yeah. And then we're gonna peel this tape up, because we don't need it. We're gonna peel this tape up, because we don't need it. And we're gonna peel this tape up, because we don't need it, and it's in my way. And then we are going to open our zipper to about 2 fingers from the far right side. And we're gonna put a little piece of tape down to keep our zipper head from flopping around. Now, transitions from vinyl across the zippers tend to get a little wonky. Sometimes your zipper head wants to catch that. So we are gonna put a little piece of tape right there, a little piece of tape right there. We're gonna put it in the machine, and we're gonna put little stitches right there and right there. And we'll be back in just a second. Okay, we've got these tacked down. So we're gonna turn our hoop this way. We're gonna peel this tape up a little bit. And we are gonna take a pair of scissors, and we are gonna cut the teeth out of the ribbon, and we are gonna cut all the way to that line. But we are only gonna cut about a half to a quarter of an inch away from that line. So we wanna leave some of the teeth. Our ribbons, we're gonna lift up, and we're gonna put a little tear in our stabilizer right there, 1 inch long, right up against our bag die line. And we're gonna stuff them through to the other side. Yes, there we go. We're gonna lay that down. Whee! Ooh, yuck. I don't like that. Then we're gonna flip it over, and we are going to crisscross applesauce. We are gonna fold them over, just like so. And we're gonna take a piece of tape, and we are going to tape down our crisscross. And now we are gonna come over here. And oh, I did not take all this tape off. Yay, look at all this tape. I'm gonna reuse all that tape. And we're gonna do the same thing. We are going to pull back this tape. Peekaboo, I see you. There you go. We're gonna cut all the way to the stitch line. And then we're gonna cut the teeth out, but we're gonna leave about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. There we go. We're gonna lift these guys up. We're gonna take our seam ripper, and we're gonna go right along the bag die line. Boo, boo, boo. Just like that. And then we're gonna stuffy. And then we're gonna put that back down. I'm gonna get rid of that because I don't like it. Flip it over. Guess what we're gonna do here? If you said crisscross, you are correct. If you said crisscross applesauce, you've watched too many of my videos. Go watch Netflix. If you haven't watched The Witcher, go watch The Witcher. There we go. We're gonna squish that down. Squishy. And we're gonna put it in the machine, and we are gonna run color stop 21. Guys, we are almost done. Back in a second. Woo! All right, so what we need to do now is we need to trim these little, because I don't like them. And then we need to take off some tape. Oh. At this point, it helps if you have fingernails. I do not, so this is a slow and painful process. Then we're gonna come over here, and we are gonna take off this tape, Then, while we're thinking about it, we're gonna put a little tear in our stabilizer so that we can cut it away. And then we have a hole for when we wanna turn our bag. We're gonna come back here and we're gonna trim that guy off. Ooh, that one got sewed in. That's fine, that's fine. Just means we get to, there we go. We get to wrestle with it a little bit. See? It's all fixable. There we go, there we go. Now, go away, icky tape. We're gonna come over here and you'll see that we've got a new set of little die lines right there. We have to turn our hardware down. So we are gonna cut almost to those lines. Almost to those lines. And then we're gonna cut across. Oh, well, it would help if I were in camera. Yeah, there we go. And we're gonna take this piece of tape up and we're gonna fold our hardware down into the bag. There we go. So this time I will make sure you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna cut to the left, or to the right of the ribbon, to the left of the ribbon, almost to that line. And then we're gonna come across and cut the tab out like that, like so. And we're gonna peel this tape up. We're gonna fold this guy down. Come here. There you go. Yeah, just like that. And tape him out of the way. Then we are gonna take our back and we are gonna take our back and we are gonna put pretty side down. Pretty side down. And we're gonna make sure that we are covering our die line down here and our die line up here and our lines left and right. We're gonna put a little bit of tape because this stuff has been in the roll so long it wants to roll up on me. See it starting to curl? I don't like that. So, there. You will behave. And we are gonna throw it back in the machine. We're gonna run color stop 22. You do not do the 23. We're doing 22 and we will be back to cut this bad boy out in a minute. Okie dokie folky, here we go. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this guy over. Woo! And we're gonna throw everything on the floor. All right, now we're gonna cut the stabilizer away from our zipper. And guys, I can't tell you the number of times I've seen people post on the fan group going, I cut my zipper, I sliced it right off. How do I fix this? Well, you're gonna have to deconstruct the entire bag and sew in a zipper on your sewing machine and then put the bag back together. Nobody got time for that. So what you need to do is go super slow and super careful and make sure that you don't cut the stitches like I almost did there, or cut off part of the zipper. Seriously, guys, this is, if any of this you go slow and careful on, this is the part that's most important. All right, so there we go. Got that taken care of, got that taken care of. We're gonna pop it out of the hoop. Boom, there we go. Yeah. All right, and we're gonna put this hoop somewhere where I don't trip and fall over it, because that is pretty much guaranteed to happen if I put it on the floor right behind me. And we are going to cut off our excess vinyl. You wanna leave about one, oops. I want to make sure I'm in frame. Yes, I do. There we go. You want, let's make sure, and we have light, camera, where's the action? You want to make sure that you leave about 1/8 of an inch of a seam allowance. I like the roto cutter, but I have lots and lots of practice with the roto cutter, so I don't too often slice off my hand. It has happened a couple of times. I also am really good about not pressing down so much that I lose traction and skate across the bag and slice my bag in half, but it has happened. Usually when I'm going really fast and I'm trying to get stuff done and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing and I'm talking to somebody over there and I'm talking to somebody over there and I'm yelling at the cat and I did not slice all the way through that. See what happens when you are distracted and you are not paying attention to what you're doing. There we go. That's much better. There we go. One more and we're home free. All right, but we're not done cutting. We're done cutting with the roto cutter and the ruler. Yay. What we are not done doing is we are not done rounding our corners. And we are gonna roundy, 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 so that we don't have all this bulk in our corners when we turn. So that our corners poke roundy rather than gnarled. There we go, just like that. Whee! Now we're gonna reach in and we are gonna try, we're gonna go spelunking for tape. And there's one piece of tapey weep. And then, ooh, there's the second one. Oh, and the second and the third are touching. That's gonna make my life easier. Did I just sew tape into my bag? No, yes, no, maybe, no. I don't know. We're about to find out. Now we're gonna see if we can't get that zipper. Come here, zipper. All the way open, and we are. I like to pick a corner, any corner. Stuff one finger all the way down there. Put my thumb there. Ooh, tough to turn. And push. And breathe. And push. And breathe. Ugh, boy. Wow, that hollow vinyl is way stiff. Okay, well, we have got a whole bunch of twisted up, don't we? So we are gonna, ooh, and my fingers are not strong enough to pokey that. That is some stiff vinyl, folks. So we are gonna take a something blunted, and we are gonna work that corner out. Work it, girl. You wanna be firm. Bad corner, but you don't want to be violent. I used to say jabby, 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 but then I realized people were like, jab, jab, and it's a bad thing. All right. Wow. That is some seriously stiff vinyl, guys. It makes for a pretty bag, but it makes for some real effort. Yikes. Come here, corner. Don't you want to come out and play? There we go. Oh, almost. Okay, come here. Good corner. Good corner. Oh, come on. You were doing so nice and happy there for a minute. Showing me up on camera. Making me look like a novice. Oh, come on. That corner wants to go. Wow, that is some seriously stiff vinyl. That vinyl does not like me. All right. Now I got to get this corner. Whee. Come on. And I'm just gonna roll it out. Woo! And now, oh gosh, I'm breaking a sweat. Maybe I should exercise more. Oh. How did you spend your afternoon? Oh, I wrestled with a cassette bag. What? And the bag won. All right. Whew. It's probably gonna take more than a couple of hours under books to get this to lay right. Ooh, that is some stiff vinyl. But look how pretty it is. Yay! I think it was worth the effort. I say that now. I've got 2 more of these to do. Chuck me after I finish the other 2. And then usually this is where I'm like, oh, and here's the dangle. Da, 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 da. Except I haven't done the dangle yet because I'm kind of a loser right now. I don't even know what the dangle's going to be right now. But I promise you, there will be a super cool, awesome. The 5x7 had pencil, you know, because if you are a cassette era person, you know, you had to have the pencil when the tape got all, and you had to get it back inside, you put the pencil in. But pencil's already been done. So now I've got to come up with other fabulous 80s things that you associate with an awesome 80s mixtape. Totally rad, guys. So bitchin'. I cannot wait to go to the mall and show this off to all of my friends. Becky's gonna be like, oh my God, where do I get a bag like that? All right, guys. Peace.